Hey guys, it's Tim here. Just want to do a quick video on a couple of updates on some things that I've been working on. First thing is the rack behind me right here. I have two of them, as you can see over here. I have two, and they were both back heat. So there was a 4-inch wide strip of heating tape going directly down the back from top to bottom against the back of the tubs. I found that I wasn't able to get the hotspot in the tubs up where I wanted it to be. So I re-engineered them a little bit and I made them belly heat. It took some cutting of slots in the sides so that I could run the tape back and forth. So now they both have belly heat, and I'm able to control the hotspot a lot better in the tubs now for my smaller snakes and my hatchlings. So that's one thing I've been doing over the last couple of weeks. Got both of those updated, ready for more babies in there. Second thing, let's see. Did some sealing and stuff on my incubator, so we're hopefully ready for eggs here in 6 months or so. That leads me into my next subject. I have had one breeding. I matched up the Enchi that I rescued and the Enchi bumblebee that I have. They're the only two that really was a likely pair to do, and it was my first time trying, so I put the male in with the female, and they were together about 8 hours, and they had a lock the next morning when I woke up. Left him in there for about another day and a half, and then took him out, put him back. That was on the 14th of December. So in January again, I'm going to pair him up again. I'm only going to do one breeding this year because it'll be my first time breeding. So I want to do one pair, one clutch, make sure that my incubator's working correctly, that I'm not getting too deep into it, with 7 or 8 clutches for my first time around. So I'm going to concentrate on this one pairing, this one clutch of eggs, and see if I could see it through from beginning to end. Kind of making notes on what the snakes are doing, how they're acting, how they're eating. If I can notice changes in the female during this whole period, because I don't have a ultrasound machine, so I don't know when they have follicles, when they're growing and everything. So I'm going to try to time it where I see what looks like ovulation, when the eggs are laid, that sort of thing, tracking sheds, tracking eating, stuff like that, to see if I could do it without, obviously the big expense of a ultrasound machine. I'm sure a lot of people do it, so I'm pretty confident in my skills. I have my tubs ready for my incubator. I ordered some Hatchright Easy Hatch trays, so I'm going to use those. I'm going to use vermiculite and water. That takes some of the guesswork out of it because the eggs will be raised up off of the vermiculite, so I don't have to worry about too much moisture. And yeah, that's about it for that. I'm also going to go into want to show you my first lock, so I'm probably going to put a picture of that right about here. And I am also going to show you my leopard geckos. I promised this a while back. Have a couple things to say about them. I'm going to go through kind of what I feel about leopard geckos and stuff, and then just show you a quick little video of them. I love the way they look. I love how easy they are to take care of. They're not as temperature sensitive as a lot of reptiles and pets that you can keep. Very easy to take care of, very easy to feed. But the one drawback that I have is that if you're looking for a pet or a reptile that's going to be out on display and people are going to see it and say, oh wow, that's cool, you pretty much, if they have hides in there, you're usually not going to see them very much. If I want to show somebody, I pretty much have to open the cage, take them out, because they have a hide that has sphagnum moss in it that's damp, and they pretty much stay in there all the time. They come out at night and eat. I can tell that because the food's gone in the morning. But other than that, not a very social animal, very nocturnal. So if you're looking for something maybe for kids and stuff like that, that they're going to be out all the time so they can watch them, I probably wouldn't recommend leopard geckos. And I don't have a lot of experience with them. I've had them for about 6 months now. But if somebody else out there has more experience and they have a different experience with them, please let me know. Maybe mine are unusual, but I've heard from a few people that leopard geckos are very they like to stay in their hides. That's where they're secure. I know they've shed a couple of times, but you usually don't see it because what I've been told, which I found out after I got them, is that they eat their own sheds, so you won't see sheds laying around like you do with ball pythons. So yeah, without further ado, I think I've covered everything. So let me switch this off and we'll go downstairs where I keep my leopard geckos, and I'll just do a short film of that, and I will see you there. All right, so this is a setup for my leopard geckos. I have 2 of them. They're both females. I was advised not to put 2 males in together because they will fight, and I didn't get a male and a female because I don't want to have babies. So basically what we have is a regular light. It's not providing heat, just providing light. I have a heat pad under the left side of the tank over here. And I have 2 hides, a water dish, a food dish, and a dish with calcium and some other supplements in it. And then I have the hide on the right, which is the one that I spoke about earlier. The top comes off, and there is damp sphagnum moss in there, and that's where they spend most of their time. So I'm going to go ahead and move the light and take the top off, and I'll show you where they like to stay. All right, so I have the top off the tank. This is where they spend all their time. And they, like I said, they're 2 female leopard geckos. This is where they are most of the time. They're also, if you want to handle them, they're very calm, very easy to handle. They don't jump. They usually just crawl around. But yeah, very easy to take care of. One of the things you could tell about leopard geckos, if they're healthy, is that their tails are nice and fat because that's where they store a lot of their nutrients and stuff. So yeah, as long as they got a nice fat tail and you don't see any visible like wounds or anything like that on them, you can assume that they're probably doing pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and set this one down, and I'll pull the other one out. Hard to do when you're running the camera and looking at them. Yeah, this is the other one. Again, very tame. Nice fat tail, you can see. But cool little creatures. Just my only drawback that I feel is that you just don't see them a lot. Now, if you want to take them out and handle them, that's fine. You can do that whenever you want. But yeah, they're not going to be out and about where you can see them all day. So yeah, these are my leopard geckos. Go ahead and set her back down there too. Go ahead and put her cover back on. Like I said, that's just sphagnum moss that I keep it damp all the time. Kind of like ball pythons, it just helps them shed and helps them stay healthy. And there you see both of them. All right, guys, that is my leopard geckos, a little bit about my hatchling racks and my plans for breeding. Hopefully I'll see you again in about another week. Have one more snake coming, so I'll do a video when I get that and let you know how my probably my second pairing of the Enchi and the Etchy spider are going. All right, so have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.